I'm taking over, one city at a time. Evolve is the brand and it is the best of all time. Got my friends with me, so you know it's time to unwind. We gon' show you how to do it, this is the way we climb. To the top, not stop, it won't be a drop. Cause I'm here to save the day and we will never flop. So just turn it up a notch, yeah. It's Evolving Podcast, let it drop. It's the weekend, I ain't had no rest yet. It's time for us to rise, and you know we bout to flex. I'm so hot that you ain't gotta check. Just sit back, relax, and let me do the rest. Yeah, we taking over, one city at a time. Evolve is the brand, and it is the best of all time. Got my friends with me, so you know it's time to unwind. We gon' show you how to do it, this is the way we climb. To the top, non-stop, it won't be a drop. Cause I'm here to save the day and we will never flop. So just turn it up a notch, yeah. It's Evolving Podcast, let it drop. It's the weekend, I ain't had no rest yet. It's time for us to rise, and you know we bout to flex. I'm so hot.
Hey.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dating and monsters of all ages, space, and time. Welcome to episode 5 of the Evolved Post Podcast, the only podcast out there around the whole world, audio, video, or if you're blind, we're number 1. Now, just pay that up right now. It's gonna get me in trouble. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here guest starring Cardi M. How are you, Cardi M? Co-host and guest and host. Sorry about that. Co-host CeeJayWolfy and For-Terrell. How you guys doing?
Hello, everybody doing?
We doing excellent.
Oh yeah.
It is episode number 5. Oh yes, man.
Oh my god.
Oh, I am too, because it's gonna be a little bit different today, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
It's a double main event. But before we start with Brinley Reese versus Zeta Steele. And it's one of those kind of things. We have a, give me a second right here. There we go. We have a comment going on right now. Mira, reacciona Puerto Rico. Saludos. Check out their channel. They're really cool politics podcast. They go nuts. Now, Brinley Reese versus Zeta Steele. They give a Brinley promo package, a Brin Active, whatever the hell you call that crap. And then you have Zeta. Yeah, then you have Zeta Steele. They do. It's kind of weird. And also, they give Zeta Steele a promo where they do, and I don't like this. They do show the part where she was interfering in the match in the first episode, and then they didn't put the part where they said, they didn't. But they did bring up her wrestling skill and everything else. This we're just gonna get to the end of the match.
Hey, bro. The mic keep crackling.
Oh, my apologies. Let me fix this real quick. There we go.
Technically,
right, can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Your thoughts and rating of the match between Brinley and Zeta?
It's I'll say a decent match. First time seeing Zeta and Steele in the ring, so she did pretty good in her first match when she wanted to be wanted for the last few episodes now. And she got a good showing. I like the character and everything like that. And Brinley, she improving a lot since she's been there. So I'm about liking her. So she's been improving real good. So I like her finisher too. That looked pretty nice. So I could just imagine like a B plus. Just for some good showmanship from both of them.
Yeah, I definitely have to rate this match a B plus as well. Seeing Brinley Reese get some shine and getting some wins is always a good look. Even still concerned about the video package with her not remembering being cocky.
Yeah.
She don't remember being cocky, or she really just playing like she don't remember being cocky. But she want to be, the sweet, ambitious person that's motivating people, not, talking down on people or whatever. But and Zeta Steele, yeah, she put up a good fight too. The match was real decent. So B plus, and then commentary. Commentary is always gonna be funny, man. always. Rob Stone is a fool, and
You trying
my
to like
boy Peter Rosenberg, that's my boy. Love Rosenberg.
Okay, I respect that. Cardi M, thoughts and rating of the match?
This one, it didn't really land with me that much. I feel like they were kind of finding their flow. I don't know. I rate this match a C. It's kind of neutral. Nothing against the wrestlers or their moves. Just kind of neutral. I'll let you give your thoughts.
We have a new button I haven't showed these guys yet. This match, in essence, was half dog water.
That is absolute facts.
Yeah, thank you, Elmo.
Dang.
They seemed like they just met each other 10 minutes before, and they thought about the match, and they talked about it, but didn't really practice for it. They seemed off-stepped. Brinley Reese was trying her best, and I was trying to explain to Cardi M the difference between a body like Brinley Reese and a body like Zeta Steel. Zeta Steel is like the perfect character you get in 2K24, like just straight, like a plank, right?
Yeah.
But she could do a lot of different moves. She did one move where Brinley Reese was trying to throw her to the ropes. She slid down and hit her in the head with her own leg. Like, that was pretty cool. You can do things like that, like a Tatum Paxley, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't like this match. I gave it a C-. I'm sorry. It just Brinley Reese again, and also the storyline, like she didn't remember, and they literally showed it in the video package. You're fucked, Brinley, when the video package itself says you fucking said something, and the announcer's telling you, "Didn't you say something?"
That's the part I forgot about. Is Brinley Reese, like, I feel like I have to go back to NXT and watch her old matches and see how she wrestled and how she's evolved since then. Because she seems different, but I feel like she's kind of finding her flow as like a heavier kind of wrestler. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I like it. Costume note: change the cod piece you have in your pants because it seems like you have a penis. I'm just saying that. Like, if you think about her, that's just me. I've been drinking a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we have Kylie Rae and Zara Zacher backstage, and we're gonna have some magic happen right now in a couple seconds. And there we go. Kylie Rae is freaking out. Zara Zacher comes in, says, "Hey, hug, breathe. You can do this. If you're gonna fight, you're a fighter. You gotta fight. You gotta win." And Kylie is freaked out, but at the same time, she's smiling. I noticed that.
Yep.
All right, your thoughts on that? Just put that out there.
It seems like she's trying to hold the what Winnie Chu trying to get out. Like she's trying to hold it back. She's trying to hold it back. Like she's doing these little breathing exercises and stuff. It's like she's really trying to not fall into the dark side.
Yeah, like it's like a dragon that doesn't want to admit that they breathe fire. Or don't, it's like a dragon that can't cope with that they breathe fire. Like, I wish I could breathe ice. No, you're a dragon.
Fierce dragon is ready to breathe his fire.
Why are you so adamant on being calm all the time?
That smiles all the time.
And smiles all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. I like
about Kylie, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the backstage segment where Kylie and Zara were talking. Yeah. The part that you may have not noticed, and I said it if you heard me, was that while Kylie was all freaking out and stuff and like sad and stuff, and kind of like, but she was smiling. Like, I got you.
I'm listening.
So, what's your thoughts on that?
I think she's just delaying the inevitable. Like, she needs to face her true self and unleash the dragon. Yeah,
I like that. This is gonna come out as a clip. I guarantee you that with dragon references out the ass. All right. We have a Luca Crucifino promo. I want to put. Sorry about that, baby. Putting it out there. She talks about he's a consigliere and the Dawn and everything else. We already seen it from the first time they had a match. They're reusing packages and they're adding like maybe 5 seconds more which is just the match stink that they had. Because they showed the match ending of what the last match he had with the guy that I even forgot his name. Sorry. Of your
Javier.
name. Thank you, Javier.
Yep,
Yes, oh, I
Javier.
feel bad.
I forgot his last name, but I know his first
Now with the second match, this is gonna be just oh my god, I love this type of matches. I got it right here. I know I wrote it down. Here it is. Keanu Carver versus Luca Crucifino.
Ooh,
Heavy versus heavy. Now there was another soundbite that was a get from this, but again, we're just testing out the waters and we're just making sure that we get the copyright free. This was a match of stamina, straight up stamina, because Luca Crucifino was trying to do moves, Samoan drop, one-legged drop kick, just doing things to Keanu. But Keanu kept getting up at certain points when he was doing the comeuppance. He kept getting up faster than Luca, which is very dangerous. At one point, he busted his mouth open because he was just bleeding at the end. Don't know exactly when. Keanu was bleeding out of his mouth. I didn't know exactly where that happened, but it happened. So he's just bleeding out of his mouth. In the end, because Keanu was focusing on the back and just doing moves on the outside, really just focusing on a target, not being a heel, just being like a monster, focusing on one thing. In the end, he does his move that I can't really explain what it is.
Called it a jackhammer.
It was kind of like a jackhammer, but it was kind of like a sideways jackhammer in a sense, because he did it. Because if I'm guessing, and I'm glad you guys know the jackhammer move. It's a suplex where you kind of tilt your body in and slam it in. What he did was he picked him up, but then he kind of like a Mission Impossible, flying in the air and kind of holding on to each other on the way. I don't really understand what it is, and I kind of went online. There is no name for that move.
Yeah,
your thoughts on this?
Out.
Yeah,
that maneuver is tripped out how he did that.
Oh yeah.
Because I've never seen no one move in that. It's like his coordination is unorthodox.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like it looked like it hurt though. It did. The finisher did look like it hurt, honestly.
Okay.
Because it's like, okay, I'm expecting to fall one way, but I fell this way. I wasn't expecting to fall that way. But I'm gonna get my rating. My rating is gonna be an S. But I'm gonna let baby girl explain the reason why it's an S.
Yes. Okay.
Wait, that is S2. It was a good intense match for both of them. And Keanu, he's showing. Like we see a lot more from these. Man, we seen enough. Maybe we see enough. He about ready to go on NXT.
Okay.
He is. Luke been good too.
Well, in her words from earlier, it looked like a very long squash match.
Yeah.
I think it was more of like a match until he did which I want to call it the pounce times 10.
Yeah.
When he did the pounce where he just and I had to show Cardala this.
Yeah.
It was all Luca who sold it, because Luca like did a flip by himself. Just like so that's a pounce. Like it's 1 out of 10 it works.
Yeah.
1 out of 10. But if you can capture that one, gold.
I would call this smash a power standoff more than like a squash match.
It wasn't slap that meat match.
It was trying to they were trying to say like, oh, like Luca can kind of match Keanu's power, but he can't last forever. It was like a stamina.
I want to say that the Peter Rosenberg said the badass line at the end.
Yeah.
Most people would give up at this point, and I guess it's right now. And the classification of the move is called the running power slam.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks like a power slam, but it's a running power slam in a weird inverted
It looked
sense.
nice.
It did look freaking nice. I actually give this match an S because Luca showed out and sold for Keanu. Keanu is not a basic ground and like muscle man. No, this guy is doing different moves, and if you do moves to him, he can adapt to it and actually do some fucking good ass shit. The pounce, he knows his particulars. He knows how to do it, and if he can time it right on certain people, it'll go on. And that particular move, because by the way, ladies and gentlemen, he has 2 finishers, not one. He has the sky high power bomb, and now he has the running power slam, which means sky high power bomb are for skinny motherfuckers, running power slam are for big motherfuckers.
That makes
Smart,
sense. Yeah.
right?
Depending on who his
Break your back.
opponent is, he got to have an alternate finisher for certain opponent. I like it.
Exactly. All we're missing now is a submission. In case you can't do legs, you can't do arms, you need a submission. That's the standard. I think that either the anaconda or like you can do the stretch muffler for his body. He can that stretch muffler is when you put this part on the back of your neck and then you just wrench it with you lift them up and you wrench it with the leg. You're kind of you're nut cracking your neck, but you're not nut cracking. You're just breaking his legs.
That's the type of wrestler that he is, but I don't think that matches his wrestling style.
He's a monster that can probably take off your leg and beat you with it. What kind of like that's the stretch muffler alone? Exactly, the stretch muffler alone is like and if he's strong enough, you're dangling off the air while he's just holding you on by your leg alone. That's a scary fucking move.
You know what I would like to see?
Yeah.
I would like to see him do either the master lock
Okay.
or the Kimura lock.
The Kimura lock would work. I mean, yeah.
Or what's the one that Undertaker did?
That's
That's right. No,
Hell's Gate.
Hell's Gate.
Hell's Gate.
That
works. That works. I can see that because I want you to see his eyes when you're doing the finisher.
Yeah.
That's the key point. Like you see the craziness in his eyes when he's just you're fucked.
It's suffocating now.
You already see the craziness in his eyes.
No, he post match he's talking and blood's come spitting out. I'm like, okay, all right, just okay, all right, doctor, take his ass to the back. Come on,
right?
Come on,
man.
Jesus. Yeah, that's for me. I'll give you that. But he is a monster. I like that shit. Next up, next match, which is kind of a weird match, but also a good match in a sense. Chantel Monroe versus Mason Holiday. Miss Mirror got an upgrade. Now she has a compact. And Mason Holiday has new clothes, which they talked about the artistic side. They talked about that Mason does her own gear. She this is where Stone talked about he being a Devo. And she's a diva. I'm a Devo. She's Mr. Perfect. I'm Mr. Perfect. Peter Rosenberg also said, I can't believe you're comparing yourself to Mr. Perfect. We live in a world right now about that.
He also made an insightful comment about artists. If you remember that one.
Go on now.
He said, an artist is an adult who never put their crayons down.
Yeah.
Crayons.
Yeah, he did say that. That was dirty. That was dirty. But also inspiring. I like that. They
also mentioned that Mason is a child going against a woman who was Monroe.
Which is a comparison from the body.
Yeah.
Both body type.
No, but Monroe is she has the mirror, So it's like a child going against a grown woman. But Monroe is smaller.
Yeah.
That's the funny part.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to say this now,
it doesn't matter about height. It's all about how you hold, how you present yourself. So basically, that's what they were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, And they were kind of taking a dig at Mason there. It seemed like.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were making fun of her clothes.
She
was making fun of her clothes, which is bullshit, dude. She makes her own shit. Sorry, Robert Stone.
I liked her outfit.
Yeah, that shit was kind of hard. I liked her. I liked her shit.
Yeah, her hair was good. They're good.
People tend to forget that Becky and Bailey and Charlotte had to go to the costume designer and mix up their own shit and then give it to them and say, hey, can you make this? Okay. And it wasn't pretty. It's never pretty, dude. Becky Lynch all green.
If I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, Bianca does hers.
Yeah, she do her own gear.
She does Montez's, and I think she do Angelo Dawkins as well. I think
she do both.
Okay.
Yeah. But I know she does hers for sure. Yeah.
So, I like that. Do your own thing. Again, Stone's being a heel commentator, and they keep making fun of Kane University. I don't really get that, but still, that's just the inside
Mm.
joke thing. End result. Just a couple good moves back in here, back and forth. It was the point where Chantel Monroe was on the outside and Mason grabbed her hair. She's like, not my hair, not my hair. Messed up both her arms and then focusing on the arm, double knees to the arm and everything else. This is the weird part I didn't like. You're focusing on the arm, you're messing up the arm just to do a roll up with holding the tights.
Mm.
And then Peter Rosenberg had to save that shit. Oh no, obviously the arm was broken because the arm was broken up. She couldn't have any wherewithal to kick herself out. I'm like, really, motherfucker? You the CIA? You're trying to cover up a massacre? What? So,
was crazy, though.
Your thoughts on this before we get to the post? CeeJayWolfy and Terrell. I'm not gonna get on this. Yeah, okay.
Well, it was decent. It was decent match, and Mason had a good showing here and there. Just not much as she could, but yeah, she did pretty good. And Chantel, she improved a little bit from her last match, little here, but yeah, the match was decent. So I give it like a C plus. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this match a C as well. I do like that Chantel won dirty because I love when people win dirty.
Oh, geez.
It's kind of like the same thing for submissions too. But well, you know, I like a good heel, and I still don't understand why she was focusing on target areas because I was expecting her to pull some shit like she finna tap this motherfucker out or some shit. But yeah, I was disappointed. I didn't get my submission hold.
No. It was kind of, Cardi M, your thoughts on the match? And a new compact, by the way, that matches. What a coincidence. We talk about that, and then the next time we see her, literally the same compact.
Pre-recorded, so
Pre-recorded.
I don't know. Chantel Monroe, I'm not gonna judge her too harshly. I guess I'm not connecting with her as a wrestler. Mason Holiday, I feel like, I mean, I loved her outfit, but besides that, I feel like she didn't really get to show out that much in this match because this was kind of a squash match, like a little bit. And yeah, it wasn't my favorite, but I guess everybody's kind of figuring out what their character is. I'll give it C minus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sloppy finish. Very short match, under 3 minutes. C. That's it. I love the compact. Now you just need like one of the boys from the Peacock guy, and then they can hold a mirror for you the whole time. If you're going with the mirror, go full ROH. What was this guy's name? Guy with the peacocks and the boys.
Dalton
Castle.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dalton Castle.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Chantel Monroe, go full Dalton Castle. Get two Cabana boys to hold a giant mirror and fans. If you want to go full, you are a diva. You need that.
Yeah.
You need a bunch of like big motherfuckers to carry you through the. Obviously, they can't really carry you through the ring because the damn thing's small. So like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, okay. I was saying that when we watched the match the first time. I'm like, it would be way cooler if instead of looking at her hand, like this in front of her, she has like a fanboy who follows her around and just like carries a mirror. Like show her reflection wherever she goes in the ring, and she can just stop and look at herself and be like, and then go back to fighting.
Yeah, you know who that's gonna be. Yeah, but you know what? You know who's gonna be the person that's gonna do that in the end? We all know who that is. No.
I don't know about that one, but
it works for Dexter. It works for Dexter Loomis. It can work for him.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That's true.
No, because they have the attention span of a fucking of an episode.
By then they'll be over.
That's like 2 weeks. I'll carry. Why am I? I'm a man. Why am I carrying a mirror for a girl? Fuck this shit, bro. Just use bro. I love that Javon and them using it. Post match.
But yeah,
it's kind of crazy. I hate the swipe right boys. Everyone universally from here to NXT does not like the swipe right boys.
No offense to them. They're gonna be the
Right.
I've heard I've heard 3 podcasts today because I was doing power washing, so I was listening to tangent. I was listening to 3 different podcasts of NXT because I like listening to different perspectives. Cultaholic, Fightful, and another one. And they all, not knowing each other, universally agree that they do not like the fucking swipe right. They fucking hate
They came on NXT. Like, of all the people to go on NXT from Evolve, you picked them.
Yes.
Why?
No. One guy. Yeah.
Not to mention the crowd of NXT was talking about swipe left, swipe left.
Yeah, it's just it's just, and I think it was one of Fightful. One of the guys said, "This is the type of guy who says, do you know who my daddy is?" That's the type of guy who swipe right is.
What tells you everything is the guy who was sitting when they first announced swipe right was there in the crowd. The guy who was sitting next to them was this old dude in like his 60s, and he was just looking at the camera like.
He was actually shaking his head like, "Oh my god, why am I next to this? I'm gonna get arrested just by being around these motherfuckers." So I respect that, but
it tells you everything.
I don't like swipe right, and it's working for them. They're both X-Pac heat, and it's just, and they're good wrestlers, which is sad.
Yeah, they are good wrestlers.
They're
good matches.
They're good as hell, but they have like that snobby privileged attitude.
Yeah, that love.
Yes. No, I don't need that in my life.
They went to Temple University. That's
No.
I'm from
Keanu went to Temple University. Those 2 boys came from a country club from an old 80s movie.
No,
we don't talk about them.
Temple University. Their parents paid for their tuition. They got to live the Philly life, but they didn't pay a dime. They didn't have to work a job.
Of course they did it. They're fucking
privileged life.
By the way, check out the life list, ladies and gentlemen. You want to watch Privilege? Check that out.
My experience with the swipe right boys. Right.
We're alcohol and tangents. Moving up next to tangents. Kelly Armstrong versus Danny Palmer face off.
Oh,
they give a recap. I want to talk about this because this actually was a really weird. Okay, this is 2 things wrong with it, but let's talk about the beginning for this. Luckily, I have here we go. We have the transcript here. I love this. Danny Palmer sitting down. Kelly Armstrong walks in. No security, no producers, no in between. Oh my gosh, Danny, what is you doing sitting up? Shouldn't you be on the ground like I'm going to leave you next week? Danny Palmer retorts, "Hey, I know I missed that. I misfired that dive, and then it showed the recap the dive, and then obviously disappointed to lose, and clearly we're not in a good team. But isn't that why we're here, to evolve and our talents, which is actually fucking the smart thing?"
Yeah.
Kelly Armstrong retorts, "Golly gee, Danny, wasn't that inspirational? See, man, that's why I'm different. Because why you just described as a loser's mentality, a way for losers to convince themselves that they don't suck. But if you want to go learn from your mistakes, how about when you do that, when you're not attached to a partner that could actually win?" Okay. Danny Palmer retorts, "If this is how you respond after every loss, you're going to end up with a very short career and lots of enemies." Shoot. Danny Palmer, "I know your type. Callie reeks of insecurities. Jada Parker, trying to push all the buttons till you get a response. Jada Parker, relentlessly trying to get under my skin until I finally lash out. Jada Parker." That wasn't even coughing. Jada Parker. Okay. Danny Palmer watched NXT Wednesday, and like, this is Jada Parker. Well, you know what? It's not gonna work. I'm saving it all for the match because your mouth is because. And I love sound bites.
All for the match, because your mouth is writing checks, your skills can't cash. It ain't even the 90s no more. Don't nobody write checks. I'll see you in the ring. I got a check. Meet you there.
So, yeah. So that's what we're going to get. Danny Palmer versus Kelly Armstrong 1 next week. Your thoughts and predictions, CeeJayWolfy and Terrell.
Yeah.
I feel like with them having a face-off, they're going to either, with them having a face-off, and the way it happened was comical, laughable. Like I laughed the whole time.
Yeah, it was weird.
Even when Callie was telling her about this isn't the 90s, like who writes checks?
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny.
Because it's like, what do you say? What do you say after that? Like,
it was
your
good.
mouth is right, and your mouth is right in checks that your actions can't check
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
It ain't the 90s. Who the hell writes checks? Man, you be looking like, you know what?
Like you can't say
Like, what do you
that.
say after that? You gotta be clever as hell. You gotta be on John Cena, Cody Rhodes level if you're gonna make a response.
That was weird. That was great.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be Charlotte Flair if you're gonna respond to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bitch, I am in check. No, I'm playing.
Got a comment on it, but that was
But yeah,
weird.
I say either they're gonna have this match where they're going back and forth because of this quote unquote beef that they have amongst each other with the history that they have that we're aware of, or they're just gonna let Kelly out there and probably have security come from the back to stop the match.
So
I don't know. I guess that's my hopeful wishing prediction. I don't know.
Yeah. If you started, so
yeah, or they probably gonna have them do a good feud. Hopefully,
yeah.
I think so. Cardi.
Well, if you remember correctly, Alex, you wanted Danny to choose violence in that moment and just start the fight early. But
Okay. Now, thank you for bringing that up.
I like that Danny chose the high ground. It's like, no, I'm saving it for the ring.
Yeah. Now, this is the part I wanted to say. This confrontation would have been perfect if at the beginning, when she walked in before she even said anything, or they both told them, if anyone touches anybody, the match is off. So no touching. Since no one said that, Cardi, you want to be the assistant here? Hey, man, I'm going to fuck you up. Yo, what's going on? If you're touching nose to nose, fucking fight.
I'm not touching.
I'm saying.
There's a centimeter apart.
Yeah, they were like, oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm like, if you really want to start this fucking feud, like just boop her.
I mean, if it's
boop her. Do something, man.
Somebody should have swung on each other in that moment.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I don't like that. I do think, in predictions for me for next week, Danny Palmer either fights outside with Kelly Armstrong and they get a double count out. Because Kelly Armstrong's like so involved in like beating her ass, she forgets the time, which happens.
Maybe.
Or Danny Palmer wins. Because again, just like Jada Parker's finisher, there's a weakness to that. And just like the spear, there's a weakness to that. If you're going in a straight line, you know where the person's coming from, and so you have an anticipation to either counter it, get out the way so they run into something else, or get hit. Danny Palmer is a professional fucking tumbler. They've been saying that shit from the first fucking episode. And I kind of have a fucking feeling that it's going to get to that point where it's going to be that Callie's about to run. Danny trips her or something. She falls, and then that you do like a little jackknife cover or mine straw cradle or something. Because we've noticed that Danny Palmer can get out of moves and do really quick some like pin predicaments real quick. That could be Callie's downfall. She's still thinking that she is hot apple pie on a winter's day. It's not.
Yep.
No, Danny could humble her.
No, that's the point. She's not gonna get humbled. She's gonna snap. Kelly Armstrong loses again. Loses to the person that she lost the first time with.
About the bat snapped.
No, but she got strong. That's the part I'm saying. Kelly Armstrong is in the mindset of Jada Parker. I win. Even if I lose, I win. So what happens when the person that you blame beats you? Thoughts?
That's just like shit when Jada Parker tried to parallel park on Jordan Grace and she ran into a garage door.
Remember that? She's like,
That part, I was like, why did you do that, Jada?
Why did you do that?
Right.
She saw you coming. That's basically what y'all. That's basically what y'all was just explaining. Like, I see you coming. You gonna try to spear me? Scissors kick, something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's crazy.
You
And that could be a way.
Shoot, I could reverse a hip attack into a German suplex if I wanted to. I see Jordan Grace really doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she would do that.
So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, Danny probably could pull up an upset because it's going to be an upset because people are expecting Callie to be the one on top.
Yeah. Which I kind of secretly want her to win, but secretly want Danny Palmer to win because if you got these, you've been showcasing these 6 women over and over again. You haven't really showed anybody new.
Yeah.
And if they show somebody new, they get destroyed. So something about these 6, Kendall, Brinley, Callie, Danny, Zeta, Hayes, Chantal, Mason, Layla, Aria. Those are the women that you keep repeating over and over again. So there's a reason that you're doing this.
Yeah.
Just to squash Eddie Palmer makes no damn sense. There's, like you said, there has to be a feud. This has to be, I don't know, Batista, the Great Khali. Just run it back.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fun
like
with
yeah, it's like you see, she got pissed off because Danny lost the match when they were tag team. When they were a tag team on the first episode, she was so pissed off about that because she was like, "I'm not a loser. Let me get my solo match. I can show y'all I'm a winner." She got her solo match. It was a squash match.
Yeah.
But who's to say that she go against Danny, bullying her, talking about how she's a loser, and Danny just so happens to just beat her by pinfall, and she just be looking at the crowd like the crowd looking at her like, "Oh my God, you got pinned by the girl that you said was a loser."
Yeah.
And she beat you in a one-on-one match.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
She's gonna lose her fucking mind.
Yeah,
I like
and
that
doesn't bury her at all, ladies and gentlemen. It does not bury her at all. It gives her credibility in the long run.
Exactly. She has to lose.
It's gonna be like an Io Sky and Rhea Ripley type thing.
Yeah, you have to.
Oh, yeah.
And again,
Rhea
you
Ripley
bring
never
that feud
got
back.
buried.
Yeah.
Rhea never got buried. She just never beat Io.
Yet.
And she still held more titles than she did. She still held more titles.
True. But like I said, that's for the main dance at NXT. Right now, Callie and Danny need to show out next week. They need to have and not a 3-minute match. If you think you can go 5 or 6, push it to 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Put 10 pounds in a 6-pound bag and work with it.
Well,
build up the chemistry.
Yeah.
So when it's on camera, it looks beautiful.
Oh yeah.
No, we know that like Callie showed out on Evolve because she's on NXT now. So whatever, regardless of the results of this match, like she's one of the best on Evolve.
And they're looking at her with some shine because again, that's a good point. Since Evolve has started, the only 2 people that have been in Evolve to go to NXT is Kendall Gray and Kylie Armstrong.
And Kendall was already in NXT.
But she went. So now they're like, no, Callie is actually worth something because she's in NXT in the background. For something we don't know, but she's in NXT in the background. Okay. I give this segment an astounding funny because it was funny. There's no really rating for funny. I mean, and by the way, AJ Styles, or Logan, which I fucking hate Logan Paul. Logan Paul, take notes. If someone says your ass can't cash checks, you could have said this isn't the 90s anymore. No one does checks. You could have said that. It would have been way more funnier than what you said.
Yeah.
Oh, you're broke. You're broke. Yeah, Logan.
Like Logan.
All right. Anyway, next up, we don't. Anyway,
Stand on business.
Man.
Protect Puerto Rico beaches.
I know. I love you guys.
Anyway.
All right. Harlem Lewis versus Joe Coffey. The puncher versus the violent man who is not from Long Island, apparently. Is from somewhere else. I forgot. They said lost something. They did not say Long Island, so you're lying. Oh, by the way, shit. Hold up. I forgot about that. Harlem Lewis, this button's for you.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Thank you. Tell me you're from
Dang.
fucking Long Island.
Iconic.
Bullshit. Your name is Harlem. His name is Harlem Lewis from Long Island. He's not even from Long Island. Fucking lying,
No,
man.
it was from Long Island.
No, it's the guy said it in the fucking match. He's from Los something, New York. He wasn't even from Long Island. All right. I get mad. Like, my man. You know what?
That is absolute facts.
That is absolute fact. Thank you. All right. My girlfriend looking at me weird. This was a very cool match to watch because Joe Coffey was obviously very experienced, better than Harlan Lewis. And showing out, Harlan Lewis was trying to do 2 moves. Joe Coffey was doing 4 on top of him. The key point that changed the match was when they were on the outside, and Joe Coffey was punching Harlem, and then she tried to punch him with the left hand, his favorite left hand, and punched the ring post, Dunk! And fucked up his hand.
Yeah.
All right. Harlan Lewis took advantage of that, got him back in the ring, focused on the hands, did his special, which I have to look it up what his special is because apparently everyone has a weird special going on in this fucking world.
Coming up with new shit.
Here we go. Lewis hits the jackhammer, and for some weird reason, which I kind of understand now, but still weird, he holds on to Joe Coffey's broken hands instead of the legs. The 1, 2, 3 wins. So, CeeJayTerrell, your thoughts on that and the weird way he pins?
Yeah, that was kind of weird, but yeah, they had a good match as well. Joe Coffey he was showing a good amount of new set, and Harlan like he trying to keep up with him, but he didn't overcoming later on. Did pretty good moves as well too, and yeah, it was a pretty good match. So I give it like a B.
Yeah, I have to give this match a B plus. Y'all know Gallus, Coffee Boys, and Wolfgang is my boys. So the match was really good. Fun fact, I never knew that Joe Coffey won against Kurt Angle.
Oh.
Never knew that.
Wait, was it in the Indies?
Yeah,
it was in the Indies. I never knew he won against Kurt Angle until they said it on commentary. So I went to go look the match up. I didn't watch the match yet, but I did watch Kurt Angle's entrance, and I was like, they really did go against each other. Like I watched the entrance, I was like, wow, they really did go against each other. But I was working out at the time, so but yeah, the match is pretty decent. Harlan Lewis, Harlan Lewis, he did his thing, and took out my boy Joe, but it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, fun fact,
it's a good look. It's a good look.
Yeah, fun fact: Joe Coffey and Timothy Thatcher are trainees in the back for Evolve and NXT, so they are just going to be there for the time being to be trainers. But at the same time, they pop out a couple times. So I'm happy for them. Just Joe Coffey and Thatcher, those two.
Yeah,
so I like that.
Cool.
Which makes a lot more sense in a
Is the mic muted?
One second. Yeah, I'm back. What was I saying?
Thatcher is the something in submissions.
Thank you very much. Thatcher's is the thesaurus in wrestling moves. Yes.
Okay.
Kind of like what Excalibur is the thesaurus of wrestling just things.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
And we're back. My thing is old. Anyway, okay. So I like the match.
Yeah.
It's a weird comparison and difference between Harlan Lewis and a Keanu Carver match. Because Keanu Carver was a monster that never really stopped, and then Harlan Lewis was.
He was trying to hold his own.
He was getting his ass kicked. Punch.
Yeah.
And then he capitalized on it. And again, they're doing it. I think they're really doing it like Keith Lee and Dijakovic. Dijakovic wasn't a monster. He had to held his own, but he did his thing. And Keith Lee was a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, he struggled a little bit, but and then what's weird, Keith Lee also did the pounds. Yeah. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And also did the power bomb. So,
Oh yeah, he did.
Weird comparisons. That's fine. We go up next.
Who's next?
This is a weird thing in life. All right. Oh, shucky ducky quack quack. We're talking about Booker T on Saturday. Kylie Ray versus Wendy Chu, main event. Double main event, by the way. During the entrance, Peter Rosenberg said this.
She is respectfully a lunatic. She is.
Also, he also said Stone, but Kylie Ray is also crazy because she smiles too damn much. She's too happy all the damn time. So I don't trust the person that I don't trust anybody that smiles all the damn time. Which I understand that.
I mean,
True. Let's just get to certain points here.
Yeah.
Starting the match, Wendy Chu tries to shake Kylie Ray's hand. Kylie Ray tries to fall for it. She puts the hand down. They have a nice little back and forth. Kylie Ray is just physically scared of her, but also trying to do moves on her. Wendy Chu, in her slow way, because she's very methodical in her matches. She's not fast like Abaddon. She's just slow, and it's okay. It's okay. Randy Orton's slow. That's how it is.
Yeah.
But at certain points, here we go. Wendy Chu did a tilt-a-whirl head scissors. K drop kicks Chu. Chu dodges the running boots. At certain points, Kylie Ray does a nice little suplex on Wendy Chu on the floor. Wendy Chu pops her head back up. Kylie Ray says, "I'm not afraid of you," and then kicks her again in the face. And then tries to do her move, but in the end, which I'm gonna have right here, the rolling elbow. Chu catches. Oh yeah, Kylie Ray tried to go on the top rope. Chu catches Ray in midair. Chu with a full Nelson slam, which looks like a vicious Uranagi. And Ray pass out with the dirt nap. We'll talk about the post match in a second. Your thoughts and rating of the match? This lasted 8 minutes. Only one commercial, and they both were fluid. Go.
Oh yeah. I liked it. I liked the match. And I liked everything went on between the two. And it started like it's showing most of Kylie, like she's kind of slowly showing something here and there, but we're gonna see probably in the next episode what she's gonna do. But I like the match, and I get the match an A.
Oh, my bad. I had got distracted by the cat. Yeah, I got distracted by the cat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
This cat always wants attention. Come on now.
Yeah. So
Your thoughts?
you already know what my rating is. Y'all know what my rating is.
I know the mirror to finish.
But what I will say is this. Didn't Kylie Ray mention something about not wanting Wendy Chu to expose her demons?
Yeah.
She was like, "No, I don't want her to expose my demons. I'm afraid of her to expose my demons," or something like that. She said. What demons?
Yeah.
What demons you got, Kylie Ray?
Yeah.
Like, I want to know now. Like, I want to know now.
True.
Like, I want to know what demons you had and see what demons.
Sometimes the most they're hiding the darkest secrets.
True.
Yeah,
But
true.
I think we'll see
You
that.
know, it's like the clown that smiles a lot has, using the smile to hide his sadness.
Yeah.
But yeah, the match was really good. I love the chemistry between the two. As far as with Wendy Chu, I know I got under some people's skin when I say this, but her mannerisms and the way that she sells and like the way that she sells and when she's doing moves and stuff, it puts me in the mind of Bray Wyatt. It's something about her mannerisms. It's the way that she wrestles now compared to how she did when she was a babyface. Now that she's a heel, of course, she wrestles differently. And I like it. I like the wrestling style that she does. But like I said, it looks like if Bray Wyatt had a little sister that possesses the spirit of Abigail, because we really haven't seen Nikki Cross just yet in the ring. But you know, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
One is
She kind of put me in the mind of Nikki Cross as well,
yeah.
but with a
Yeah.
hint of Bray Wyatt. And I got to get this match an S, of course, because
Smith.
it ended in submission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't tap.
Time.
She didn't tap. She didn't tap. But yeah,
She went to sleep. And again, it protects Kylie.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'll give her that. All right. Cardi M, your thoughts and rating.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more of this combo because I don't think this is the last of it. I think Kylie Ray is gonna come out of this a different wrestler. So I don't know. I'm excited to see it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I would rate the match like an A. But yeah.
Okay. Okay. I've always been a Wendy Chu fan since NXT, and I briefly saw her when she was just a like sleepy time. Let's have sleep times all the time before she went demoness. Yeah, just like always sleepovers. I do like that she is, and they kept saying she's the gatekeeper. She's the person that you gotta like. There's no one that like basically saying that you can't beat her. Like this is the end all boss, and you
wait.
can't beat.
So she's the final boss of Evolve.
Yeah,
Okay.
they called her the gatekeeper. Like if you call yourself the gatekeeper, that means you are never leaving here, and you are the final boss before you either go get a championship or take it off her. Because if you're the gatekeeper, you're gonna get a belt.
Mm.
If you're gonna get I'm the champion, and you go away. You turn the lights.
Yeah,
boop, disappear.
You're not gonna get a 5-minute promo.
No, if you're the champion, you do. If you're the
What do you
champion,
do?
no. They're doing it like NXT. Even if NXT, you get like a 3-minute promo, maybe 3 to 5
I
minutes.
get that. I'm saying
Yeah.
that.
Later. Okay, I'll fix this later. On a 1-hour show, the one that doesn't talk is Queen. She doesn't have to talk.
Yeah.
You give her the belt. She does 3 to 4 minute matches. She comes out of the screen and everything that takes 30 seconds. You save time, you save money, give her the belt.
Yeah.
I think. But post-match, Wendy Chu gets out the blanket and she covers up the camera to end the show, which I did like that because I was expecting something else. I was expecting like someone to move it or something. Like, no, just that's it. That's it. And the show. I also want to say this too. It was a great ending. I really like that. I want to add this too. Throughout the whole match, for every time that Kylie Ray was getting hurt or injured a lot, she was smiling. Every single time. Even when she
You pointed it out. I was like,
when she was knocked out, she was knocked out and half smiling. Like, and the Terrell said, "You try not you're dragon dressed up as a sheep. That's not gonna work." Wendy Chu just wanted to unlock the door so you can actually be your true self, a psychotic joker.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, you mean like a Harley Quinn type of some Harley Quinn type energy?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that would be crazy.
I like that. I like that for her. Not to mention,
it's a little bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah. Not to mention the blanket. The blanket was inside the pillow, right?
Yeah, she took it out of the pillow. Just took it out.
So the pillow looks like a monster, right? And that it's supposed to be like the tongue hanging out. That was the blanket. And she took it out the mouth and she threw it on the camera, which was red.
Yep.
The blanket was red. You know, everything has a element to it.
Yep.
And her music was getting distorted as the show was fading away. I love that shit. Because it's like, what the fuck just happened? Like, is Evolve finna turn upside down?
Yeah,
Like,
it was very cinematic.
Yeah.
It was.
So if that's what's finna happen, I would love to see that. Like,
you
know,
like, the whole goal of this episode, was to promote being a champion.
Mhm.
Chantel talked about it. Brinley Reese talked about it.
Yeah.
Harlem
Keanu
talked
Carr
about it.
talked about it. Harlem Lewis talked about it.
Yeah. You see me,
Like, there's
Sammy?
gonna be a
See me?
championship coming. Yeah, you did. You
Yeah.
talked about it too. So when I think this is gonna be after, because again they did talk about it. They're doing a tournament for a belt, and Zeta Steele and Brinley Reese was like the first match. They that's in the rumors. I've heard that in the dirt sheets, so I think it's out there, and I think it's gonna happen after WrestleMania weekend. Whether you like it or not, they keep promoting it on Raw, they keep promoting it on SmackDown, they keep promoting it on NXT. Like, they're promoting Tubi, they're promoting the Evolve show.
They keep going back to promoting Tubi.
They do. They keep bringing in Swipe Right.
Maybe that's because they think they need more views on the show.
They do. It's Tubi,
But
for God's sakes.
I'm wondering if episode 6 is like the announcement for the belts. Because if they're leading up to it, something tells me episode 6 is pivotal.
I think it's going to be episode 10 because you got 2.5 weeks. You have 2.5 weeks before Stand and Deliver, but also 2.5 weeks before WrestleMania. That's episode 6, episode 7, and possibly episode 8. You talk about we're going to start a tournament to see who's the women, the men. They haven't even done tag teams. They only did a tag team one time, and it wasn't even a tag team. They haven't done tag teams at all. At all.
They did one tag match with women.
That's the women. They're not. I mean, I get it. Okay, whatever. Not. No comments from Discord, motherfuckers. I will say,
out of the men, I think we had one tag match and one trios match.
Yeah.
We did. We had one tag match. Yeah. We did. But that's not even a tag match because Draco Knox is going after this guy. Now, my girlfriend got freaked out when I looked at it that way.
Damian
So he's going after that guy. Swipe Right boys are going after Cappuccino Jones and Sean Legacy and the other guy. There's only one tag team, and Sam Holloway is not being a tag team with the other guy anymore, the Drifter, because he's doing his own thing.
Oh yeah. We saw that one one time.
That's it. And they're not gonna be. He's not gonna be a tag team anymore. Sam Holloway or Mike Awesome 2.0 is not gonna be in a tag team.
He's a nomad,
I mean, the Drifter.
Yeah.
The Drifter left Evolve. The Drifter left. Yeah.
He drifted out.
He went to Seattle. So said, "Fuck that, I'm leaving." Like, good for you, Evolve. Bye. You don't need your ass. But by the way, shout out to what was this guy we talking? Trill London. That was the guy that Jordan Grace threw in NXT.
I saw that. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Somebody said that was Trill. I'm like, I knew it was a wrestler.
He had the Hardy clothes.
Yes.
He had Hardy pants. If you look at his pants, he had the baggy pants with his. I was like, that's Trill London. There he goes.
Yeah.
Flying through the top rope.
Yeah, I did like that.
That was
crazy.
Because again, Trill London can throw.
Yeah,
I do like that. Also, Jordan Gray said in a tweet that right after she threw that, she went to the back for drug testing to show that she wasn't on steroids. Like, I'm not on steroids, bro. That's just me.
She's lightweight and I'm strong.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, so
I like that they're bringing in people from Evolve.
No, they have to.
Ref roles, I'll call it.
I feel bad for Trill because they realized this motherfucker is the perfect chest dummy. We can just throw him.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
Right.
That's not good for you, though. That's not good for you, sir. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. But CeeJayWolfy and Terrell's overall rating of the show as a whole.
I will have to give this show overall.
I'll give it a straight A. They show some new stuff with some superstars, and we see some new stuff, new ones. Showcasing more new people, which I like. I want to see more new stuff from new people, and show new stuff from the ones that haven't met before, but that we hadn't seen yet. Showcasing new stuff. So yeah, I get an A.
Yeah, I definitely give it an A. Have to give it an A.
Okay.
Our message has been.
And just because even when they closed the show, like the closing of the show from beginning to the end, it was very well done.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you that. Yeah, the cinematic at the end was actually pretty good with the blanket and certain things. All right, I'll give you that. All right. Cardi M, overall rating?
Now, I already decided my rating is going to be a B+, but I agree with everything you guys said that, like, yes, the cinematography and the commentary and all of that shit. That's what makes the show like A+. And getting to see all the different wrestlers and how they mix and match. Yeah, the only thing I docked points for was just like, I don't know. I guess just like finding the flow in some of the matches, and that's about it really. But overall, it was a really good show. So that's just me being critical.
Yeah, I get it. I give it a B+ too because of the freaking Brindley match.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to single that one out, but yeah,
that docked the point. Like that docked the point. The fact that explain why Danny and Kelly didn't touch each other, which they could have touched each other and get over with.
Yeah,
I know
that and the Chantel Monroe match, where it's like, I guess I'm not.
Yeah, you break someone's arm to do a roll up with the tights. I'm like, all right,
they're testing it out.
it's
so.
weird, but a good weird. It's a good weird. I'm gonna put that right there. It's a good weird because again, Harlem Lewis is going up one path, Keanu Carr is going up another. The Draco Knox versus Damian Preacher has not started yet, which is fine. Fine. I remember names. And now we're gonna get the journey of Kylie.
Yeah.
Kylie lost.
For that.
What's gonna happen next? Zarazaka is gonna be there trying to console her. She's probably be like, "Oh, I don't really need that," and gets like worse and worse and worse. Yeah. Probably Wendy Chu will pop out sometimes next to Zara Zucker, and then Kylie would think that Zara and Wendy Chu are friends, but really it's just a forced perspective type of thing. Like you're over here, and then Wendy Chu's in the background, so it looks like you're right next to each other, but really Wendy Chu's all in the background. That's all you need for Kylie, just like little things like that, because Kylie only has one friend, and that's Zara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
so,
the people that Wendy Chu has submitted, maybe she took a piece of their soul, and one day they're just going to become her minions and do her dirty work.
That's true. Aria Bennett has not been seen since.
No.
Oh yeah.
Murdered.
Yeah.
Oh wait, not Aria. Aria's with Layla.
Layla, yeah, they did tag team.
It was Mason. Mason fought Wendy Chu.
Oh.
Mason fought Wendy Chu. And it was somebody. It was somebody that was really, I forgot what it is. Anyway, I'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. I want to leave this comment for anyone that's watching Evolve, and please contact this person. This might be being serious. Ma'am, who is in the VIP section, whatever your name is, please leave your comment down below. Who are you? Do you have a name? Do you have a social security? I don't want to know your social security number, but do you have a social security number? Are you okay? Can you put the hands up to show me that you are okay? Because you have no name and you're just hanging out doing this. Drinking a lot. Have you gone to the bathroom? Have you done something for yourself? That's all I'm gonna say about that.
We will call this person Bottle Service Girl.
It's BSG.
Bottle girl.
Thank you. It's a bottle girl. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, please contact Bottle Girl and tell me what her name or her wrestling name is. Because until then, I'm going to find a graphic and it's going to be her dancing in the background until we find out who her name is.
She's just Bottle Girl.
Please. Even Wendy's has a name and the girl's name is Wendy's. Like, no, there's like, I will not live in a world where a blonde, six-packed woman doesn't have a name. I don't want to live in that world. Okay? I have a girlfriend, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This was the Evolve Post Review Podcast. I want to thank CeeJayWolfy and Terrell once again passing by and give us a great knowledge and great insight. We will be back next week, episode 6. Everyone's socials are down below. I'm going to tag them at the end of this. Please subscribe to their channels. Please get to find them on Instagram. Please find them on Facebooks. And before we go, give them your socials so they can hear. Please, ma'am and sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you good.
For-Terrell. You can find me on YouTube, IG, Facebook, For-Terrell, TikTok, especially TikTok.
Yeah. Same as well. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at CeeJayWolfy or Chelsea J15 if you want to find.
Please. Thank you.
Let's see. You guys can find me on Instagram at Kardala Muhammad. That's KARDALAMOHAMED. And check out Arte del Sol PR on Instagram and Facebook.
ARTEDESOL.
ARTEDELSOL PR. Yeah.
Thank you. Draymond, please subscribe. She gets lonely. Anyway, stay healthy, stay happy. And you know what, Elmo? Since
See you
you're
next time.
see you next time, Elmo, because we love you so much. And guess what? That's a damn fact.
That is absolute facts.
Thanks.